Hey guys, Hens here, back with another developer update. The devs just posted the developer update for the 2v8 mode. What are the changes going to be? I think the 2v8 releases next week, and there are some major problems that need to be addressed. For one, obviously the killer queue times were ridiculously long last time, and maybe we can see in this, what are they gonna change? What are they possibly gonna do to address that? And this is a nice wallpaper actually, love that. Our beloved 2v8 mode is returning. A lot has changed, and since its first version. God, I can't read. So much we couldn't squeeze it into a regular dev update, and we're going to dive into all of it today. Before we get started, it's important to note that everything below only applies to v8 mode and is not affected in regular matches. Alright, so first, changes to the cages. So last time there were cages that allowed the killer to stomp, which got rid of a lot of interactivity, and that is looking to change now. Survivors are now sent to cages after being picked up by a killer rather than stomping. When a survivor is near a caged survivor, the cage will no longer move even if there's a killer nearby. Okay, not bad. So yeah, that's a little bit less abusable. Survivors perform the unhook action 15% faster while a killer is nearby. Okay, that will make it a little bit easier to sneak a safe, I guess. So, the biggest change here obviously is that killers actually have to pick up now. That will enable altruism saves like pallet saves or flashlight saves. And yeah, they didn't serve much of a purpose, and because now they have to pick up, there's a chance to flashlight save. And obviously pallet save. Cool. Generators. Okay, there's a new mechanic. Generator repair speeds are reduced by 1% for each generator completed. So if you're winning a lot, then you're gonna get slowed down a bit. Generators repair speeds are increased by 1% for each cage state. A little bit of a comeback mechanic. I mean, it kind of makes sense. To me, 2v8 is a rather casual game mode. I don't think this is meant to be more than just quick fun, really. And yeah, I guess that makes a little bit more sense because like the matchmaking was really, really rough last time. Hopefully that's not gonna be the case anymore, because like I was frequently playing against extremely new players on both sides, and honestly it just didn't feel that good. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to play against like the best players ever every single match, but there is a middle ground there to be found, and hopefully we're gonna find it. 2v8 matches tend to be chaotic and swing heavily in favor of one wall. To help keep things spiral out of control early in the match, we have introduced a catch-up mechanic. I feel like this is the bad matchmaking to blame, honestly. So, the longer you wait in the queue, the wider the matchmaking range gets. The killer queues were literally, I'm not kidding, 20 to 15 minutes. There's not an over-acceleration. I think on average, I waited like 15 minutes for a match. I think it's fair. And I became a pro at GeoGuessr during that time. I think that's mainly to blame for the one-sided matchmaking, but well, maybe that's gonna help a little bit. Generator hours are only visible to killers within 64 meters. Generators being repaired by 2 or more survivors are revealed to killers regardless of range. Wait, there's inbuilt discordance for killers. Okay, interesting. So this is gonna make doubling a lot weaker, I guess. With so many generators and survivors running around, the number of hours being revealed can be overwhelming. These changes will reduce the number of hours shown at any given time. So if you see a generator outside of 64 meters, you know it's being doubled. That is quite interesting. Interesting change. And we have new maps for the 2v8. We have Family Residence, that is Yamoka. We have Dead Dog, nice, love that. Chapel, okay, the main building is gonna be a pain. Rancid, oh god. Bro, hopefully there are a few more pallets on that map. I'm not a big fan of that. And Wreckers Yard, cool. No, that's a cool one, I don't mind. I mean, the shape is like vastly different than the originals, and the maps are a lot bigger, so I don't think it translates like that. But a lot more maps also means obviously more variety, which is like one of the things that 2v8 desperately lacked. There were only 3 maps if I'm not mistaken, and it just got so old so fast. So yeah, good to hear that we have a few more. No, actually we had 4, not 3. So Blight is a new killer in 2v8. So we can play against Nurse and Blight. Increased rush speed to 10.5, was 9.2. That's on the first rush. I'm not the biggest fan of giving flat speed. I think the speed add-ons feel a lot more natural, that you speed up over time and not just get the speed instantly. But yeah, I guess he's gonna be a lot faster instantly. Increase slam duration to 2 seconds and a little bit more turn rate. The other killer can be bounced against. Alright, cool. So you can actually bounce off your teammate. So they can enable bomb charging. That's actually funny. Oh my god. There are definitely some funny plays to be made there. Next up, we have the Spirit. Phase duration to 8 from 5. Okay. Doubled recharge rate. Wow. Okay. And phase movement speed to 1.8. That is a massively buffed Spirit. Interesting. So these are two of the strongest killers in the game. Very, very interesting choice. And now we have the Deathslinger, which will enable 2-taps a lot, obviously, because if you wheel someone in and your teammate is nearby, you can just double tap them, right? So relatively decent killer, I guess. Might be a bit infuriating to play against, which would be my biggest worry about this 2v8, because survivors, if survivors don't like it, the Q times are gonna explode again and everything is gonna go bad. But we're gonna get to the survivor changes right after this. Reload time 2 seconds, real speed 3. Okay, he got the least amount of buffs, interestingly enough. So Blight and Spirit got vastly more buffs. That's an interesting choice. Interesting. He's definitely the weakest out of 3. Or maybe in this game mode, he kind of fits in. He can get injuries a lot. I think it's gonna be satisfying to play. So many people to shoot at. It's gonna be fun. Rework killer and survivor classes. Killer classes are no longer tied to a specific killer. In the next version of 2v8, we have overhauled the class system from the ground up. Survivors now have powerful activatable abilities, some of which become available later in the match. Killer classes, meanwhile, have been redesigned and can now be selected on any available killer. Survivor classes now have the following abilities. Class ability, providing passive effects to nearby teammates as well as a strong activatable ability. The active ability charges over time and gain additional charges when you or another survivor is uncaged. Okay, you get a little bit of charge when a cage happens. Info ability, granting aura reading capabilities. The secondary ability that unlocks after being sent to a cage. Survivors can use their class ability charge to pick themselves up from the dying state after recovering. So that's base kit unbreakable for the strong activatable power, but that's gonna go on cooldown now. That is a trade-off. Killer classes have the following abilities. Class ability, providing bonuses to themselves and their teammates. Info ability, providing aura reading or other forms of tracking. Ability to marry the last remaining survivor in the trial. Yeah, I mean, that's just like the base kit morning, I guess. We'll dive into each available class further in this post, balancing in adjustments to specific killers to ensure smooth gameplay in 2v8 still exists, though these are inherent to the killer rather than their class. Refresher, base killer effects. Damaging a generator reveals the aura of survivors within 20 meters, nowhere to hide. Returning, when starting a chase with a survivor, reveal the aura to the other killer for 5 seconds. This aura is removed if the other killer enters a 16-meter radius of the survivor. When a generator is completed, survivors with no cage states are revealed to both killers for 10 seconds. So these are all the base stats that will remain and will be there at all times. Classes are changing. We wanted to preserve the integral aura reveal when chasing a survivor from the first version of 2v8. We also have added an aura reveal effect to damaging generators to ensure the mode stays fast-paced, which is one of the main selling points, I think, so that's a good idea. These abilities are available to all killers regardless of their classes. Killer classes, Shadow. When within 32 meters of a teammate, you gain Undetectable. Injuring a survivor transfers the Undetectable effect to your teammate instead. This ability has a cooldown of 30 seconds. Info ability. When your teammate initiates chase with a survivor, reveal the survivor for an additional 4 seconds. Okay, that's kind of missing a little bit of Undetectable. I mean, it makes sense as Shadow, right? Not a game changer though. Alright, next we have Brute. Class ability, perform the break action 25% faster. Doing so grants the teammate within 32 meters 10% haste for 8 seconds. When damaging a generator, reveal survivors within an additional 8 meters. Every blight is going to use this. I'm already like, this is going to be the brutal break pallet that dash after them meta. But also the pallet density is a lot higher in 2v8. So it might be a little bit easier to outplay that. 25% faster is quite a lot though. But like at the end of the day, a lot of the killers don't really have to break. Enforcer. Class ability. Move 3% faster when chasing an injured survivor. When a teammate within 32 meters hits a survivor, they are marked and have their aura revealed to you for 12 seconds. Putting that survivor into the dying state grants your teammate a 60% lunge increase for 15 seconds. Oh, it's a little bit like the new perk that came out. 60% lunge increase for 15 seconds. Bro, this is made for killer. Okay, I don't know if I like that a lot. Playing against killers who are a tiny bit faster is massively infuriating because it throws off your internal timing quite a bit. This is like, he's kind of moving as if he has like half of Bloodlust already, even if he shouldn't have it. Well, okay. I don't know if I would like playing against this. Would I even like playing this? Like, is anyone gonna play this? I mean, does Blight care for this? Probably not. I don't think killers will care. I don't know if this is going to be meta. Hopefully it's not though, because I think that's going to be relatively infuriating to play against. Alright, Fearmonger. Class ability. While unseen, gain 5% haste. When an injured survivor more than 60 meters from your teammate. When injuring a survivor more than 16 meters from your teammate, they gain 10% haste for 10 seconds. Wow. What? 10% haste is insane. When a generator is completed, reveal the aura of survivors with no cage states for additional 4 seconds. Hunters will probably love that. Okay, so overall, these are the classes you can choose from. Which is going to be the strongest? That's the question. I don't think they're that impactful. Brute seems really good. 25% brutal strength. There are a lot of good pallets. So if you play any killer that has to break pallets, then this is going to be the way. Enforcer, 3% speed. Doesn't really matter for the majority of killers. I think if you play Wraith maybe, but yeah. The rest don't really rely on haste, at least the killers that are in the game right now. Fearmonger, 10% haste for your teammate. This might be a good support ability, to be honest. Yeah, but overall, they don't seem that impactful. But let's look at survivor classes. First, we have the Medic. Class ability, you and survivors within 8 meters gain a 50% heal bonus and grunts of pain are reduced by 50%. When your ability is fully charged, press the ability button to instantly heal all survivors within 8 meters by 50%. Okay, so damn, if 2 medics press this, you literally have an insta heal that is AoE. That is nuts. Oh my god. Imagine you tank hits for each other. And then both medics press this ability and literally all 3 survivors are going to be full health. So you can take 2 hits and then you're going to be full health after. This is a really, really strong ability. I think the kill rate was the kill rate low? I'm not sure about the stats. Info ability, but obviously I cannot understand because they need more survivors playing, right? Reveal the aura of injured survivors within 128 meters. Empathy. Unlock ability. While injured, your scratch marks are suppressed. And your aura revealed to all other survivors. Scout. Class ability. You and survivors within 8 meters move 100% faster while crouching. When you see a killer within 64 meters, reveal the aura to all survivors. When your ability is fully charged, press the ability button near a dropped or broken pallet to reset or rebuild it. So you can literally rebuild good pallets. So urban evasion for the teammates, and you can rebuild pallets. Reveal the aura of killers performing the break in action for 6 seconds. Alert. Your walking speed is increased by 25%, and you make no grunts of pain. So no more aura revealing on the killer for Scout. Okay. Guide. Class ability. You and survivors within 8 meters gain an additional 3% bonus progress from great skill checks, and repair sounds are 50% quieter. When your ability is fully charged, press the ability button to grant nearby survivor an 8% repair speed bonus for 10 seconds. Seems relatively tame if you compare it to the medic one. Reveal the aura of any unrepaired generator within 32 meters. Visionary. When completing a generator, gain a 5% charge per survivor nearby. The next time you walk on a generator, those charges are immediately applied to the generator. Wow, okay, not bad. So you can kind of like jumpstart a generator. It's kind of like a brand new part. Not bad. I mean, I feel like Guidus is boring, to be perfectly honest. It's like you repair gens a bit faster. That's kind of it. I don't know. I think it was the least broad class last time, and I kind of understand why. Escapist, the meta class of the last 2v8. Let's see what changed. When you or survivor within 8 meters of you start sprinting, gain 50% haste for 3 seconds. Oh. So you can't trigger this yourself. Your teammates can trigger this around you. This causes exhaustion for 20 seconds, cannot be activated while exhausted. When your active ability is fully charged, press the active ability button to make all rushed actions silent for you and nearby survivors for 8 seconds. Okay, that's the weakest active ability, but they're always sprint bursts. That's totally fine and to be expected, right? Reveal the aura of pallets and vaults within 16 meters. So windows of opportunity. No more 3% haste. That is gone, I guess. Gain the ability to heal yourself without a medkit. Wow, at 70% of the normal healing speed. 70% is quite a lot. That's strength in the shadows. That is worth it. So you can actually self-care at a decent speed. Yeah, this is still... Okay, I think this is the coolest class. Medic seems really strong. This one is probably the class that is the most fun though, I would say. I'll probably run this again. Killer updates. With classes being overhauled, we took the opportunity to touch up some of the available killers and integrate some of their previous class effects into their base kit. As with everything else in this post, these changes will only apply to 2v8. Trap balls are now visible to your teammates. Interesting. So your teammates can play around your traps, making Trapper a better support character. That is cool. I like that. Increase haste after setting a bat trap to 15%. Nice. Trapper buffs are always welcome. Your teammates cannot trigger bat traps. Oh, so even your teammates can go through. That is cool. Good change. Increase action speeds for breaking pallets or generators vaulting by 60% while cloaked. Ooh. Oh. Okay, so Wraith is getting Shadow Step base kit. That is quite massive, actually. Why massive? Because that's the one thing he was lacking last time. That was kind of like made him a bit mid to play, but yeah, that seems really strong. Oof. Alright, so I'm gonna be really happy about this. The Hillbilly. The chainsaw will now instantly down healthy survivors. I understand why it didn't last time. I think this is a good change though, because chainsawing is Hillbilly's identity, right? That's just like what he does, and yeah, making him one pretty much more useful than chainsaw felt really bad. But now he's back, and he's probably gonna be the strongest character in this mode if he can one-shot now. I don't mind though. I mean, let's see how oppressive it is. And also his turn rate bonus got reduced to 30%. Was 44. So this is the... Actually, this is the spike boost nerf, being in 2v8. Yeah, cool. Hillbilly's gonna be insanely strong with being able to one-shot and also snipe. So that's gonna be insane. Definitely gonna be the strongest killer. I think there's no contest. I think someone like Blight is probably gonna be really strong too. But the fact that Hillbilly can actually one-shot now and can cross-map snipe people, which is pretty easy because there's so many survivors to snipe, will make him incredibly lethal, especially at the beginning of the game. Huntress. Removed the previous 20% throw cooldown reduction. So no more OCAF base kit. Huntress, by far the most popular character. Got a bit repetitive in my opinion, and I don't think this is going to change anything because like there's so many hours to shoot at when you play Huntress. Super satisfying. I can understand why people love playing her. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to change much. The Nurse. Survivors within 1 meter of the blink will no longer scream. Okay, that was totally useless. Not going to change anything, and not much else changed until next time. Alright, so these are the changes for 2v8. Yeah, so we have killer classes. We have... I feel like Medic is by far the strongest class here now. Escape is still strong. But yeah, being able to insta-heal other survivors seems relatively decent, right? So yeah, hopefully the queue times are going to be better. Hopefully matchmaking is going to be a bit more accurate. I don't know if the catch-up mechanic is going to do anything. But yeah, 2v8 coming out next week to Dead by Daylight version 2. I'm excited. Let's see what it brings and how it does. I'm excited for the new maps and the new killers. And yeah, that's it. See you guys next time. Bye bye.